or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You gotta keep in mind, Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today's topic is see it on the screen, read it for yourself. New Jersey woman who forced daughter she fathered into child porn. Let that sink in. Read it twice if you need to, but you see what it says. But we may have some listeners that's just listening. New Jersey woman who forced daughter she fathered. She fathered. Yeah, I had to take a little moment so y'all could let that digest. That's what we're going to be talking about on this episode of It's the Nooner.
Music teaser.
This is the noon edition of the Keep It P podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have or could not have been keeping it P. And today, I am your host, TZ Von Savage, in the place to be Sucker MCs. Self hug, self love. That's a beatbox and a b-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny, but what's even more corny is if we let the culture die, y'all. And what's even more cornier than that is letting your little baby. I mean, I hate telling this story, but it's pretty corny that the parents let everybody get off the hook with letting a black baby get their hand forced into the toilet to grab the teacher's phone. And the toilet was full of feces. And it ain't even like the baby dropped the phone in the toilet. They just made the black baby do it. Or you know what's even more cornier is watching your baby not get served lunch at the daycare while you're watching on your cell phone and you're a dad. Yeah, no, that's pretty corny. But let's unpack this laundry list of garbage of mayonnaise, vats of mayonnaise, bussy-fied mayonnaise, all on the scene. All on the scene. Right away, a transgender woman was sentenced to 25 years in prison for forcing the 7-year-old daughter she fathered to participate in child pornography. Marina Volz, 32, of Franklin, was sentenced along with 3 others for their roles in running a child pornography production company in their Colburn Lane home in Franklin Township. Oh my goodness. Also sentenced Friday were Ashley D. Romero, 28, formerly known as Adam Romero. So that's the dad. And then Marina, or there was where there was two transvestite folks. Okay, and then we had Sean Allen, 54, and Dulcinea Ganeko, 21. Let's see if we got any action on the faces. Okay, that's Marina. So is that the mom that fathered? Okay, so we got right here. That's Marina. Let's see what else action we got right here. All right, we got a little Marina. That's Ashley Romero, but really that was Alex. No, that's Adam. It's really Adam. Yeah, that's Adam. That must be the dad then. Yeah, that must be the dad. Oh my goodness. Everybody looks, dude, he's 50. What is 54? Get out of here. Man, he is 104. 21. Man, if you don't get, and they all look the same besides the 104-year-old great grandfather, but they all look about 54 instead of the this is crazy. Okay, so you seen, but let me bring that headline so you can remember what kind of they said that just because you're transgender don't mean you a deviant. And I ain't saying you is. I'm simply saying what happened here. That's all. I'm just saying what happened in this situation. Don't cost nothing to pay attention. That's all I'm trying to tell you. It continues to say, the judge said the quartet was a vortex of darkness. Here we go with all the word salad. A vortex of darkness that snuffed out the girl who was taken from her mother in Oregon to New Jersey to be in the child pornography. The vortex of darkness. Dude, what is this, a Tom Clancy novel? I mean, what are you talking about? They are incapable of redemption, Stack said, and adding that it was difficult to find words to describe the crime. You're finding all the words. I mean, the vortex of darkness. I mean, you're coming snuffed out. I mean, you have all the verbiage. I don't understand. What are you talking about? You can't find no words. You can't find no words because you done used them all in one sentence. It goes on to say they're bad people, he said. This is the judge, the prosecutor, assistant Somerset County Prosecutor Brian Stack talking. The four have not to this day accepted full responsibility and have blamed others, he said. But it's clear from their text messages and other evidence that they were all responsible, he said. Stack read a letter from the girl's grandmother who said the victim will never be the person she could have been because of the crime. She is just 7, though. I ain't saying gruesome stuff didn't happen to her. I'm just saying she is 7. There's still a whole lot of life to live if she gets the proper help that she needs and she's not surrounded by no more deviant people, I guess. If I say transgender, then everybody's mad at me because I'm saying transgender and pussy was why her life is went shady because one of the parents was bussified. Could that be? I'm just putting that out there. It doesn't have to be, but what's wrong with considering it? See, they would have you not consider that as an option. Why isn't it though? It goes on to say, you got off, you all got off lightly, the grandmother wrote. The girl has since been adopted by relatives and Volz has surrendered all parental rights. So Martinez is the so there was a gang of so there was the two transsexuals. So this was the whole Bussy Brigade. They was all bussified then. So this was the Bussy Posse. This was the alphabet crew doing what they do. Allegedly, right? No, oh no, not allegedly. This is sentenced. So this is guilty. So it's the Bussy crew doing what they do. But then you'll be mad at me for saying that. I'm just reading the news. You homophobic. You don't like that in the alphabet. I'm reading the news, man. The news said it was the alphabet crew doing what they do. I'm just relaying that message. Shout out J Lava, not trying to tell you what to think, showing you how to think. Hello, McFlizzle. She will never see her child again, said Anthony Cowell, Volz public defender. Huh? So he is the victim? So because you was fondling dondling your kid and now you can't see your kid no more, you're somehow the victim? Huh. While not delving into the details of the crime, Tober said it involved neck collars, a cage in the basement, sex toys, and other devices. You just use your imagination. It didn't say that last part about the imagination, but all the devices and the sex toys that they said they're not going to describe in details about the crime. They just kind of described, how much more details? It involved neck collars, a cage in the basement, sex toys, and other devices. Did did you leave anything out? Was there kitchen sinks, plungers? Was that what you're talking about? Planes, trains, automobiles? If this was not heinous, cruel, and depraved, I don't know what is, the judge said. The judge said the girl was taken across the country solely for the sexual gratification of others. Tober said that it will be years before the full extent of the harm to the girl will be known. No, you already threw her to the wolves and said at 7 years old her life was horrible and it'd be never ever normal, the same, what she could have been. She's damaged goods. That's what you said. It goes on to say, I can't wrap my head around what happened in this case, Cowell said, adding the evidence with some of the worst images I have ever seen in my life. But Cowell said Volz has taken some responsibility and wants to be better. Here we go. Oh, these bitches, she'll never get to see their child again. Never. And they're taking responsibility. They're trying to get help for being a sex cult depraved maniac. Is in a cult. Didn't want to be and use my own child as a sex slave and collars and devices and plungers and oh my gosh. We supposed to feel bad for you? I mean that's what y'all would love. Trying to like normalize it so we can normalize all that deviant behavior. A report by the Adult Diagnostic and Treatment Center in Avenel concluded Volz was not a sexually violent predator, Cowell said. Now somebody just up here earlier said it was the most depraved. They can't get their head around the images. They're the worst images. This the same person who said that. I can't wrap my around what happened in this case, Cowell said. You're the same you're the same person who just said that. Now you're saying, well, it did say she's not really a threat though, still though. They're not a predator. She's not a monster, he said. She's not an animal. Oh my. You see how they get on code. And I guarantee he's probably bussy too. I'd be willing to wager he's bussy too. Cohen agreed that the child has suffered grievously. Oh, so you do believe that? Well, wouldn't a monster do that? And it will be years before all the symptoms of the trauma will come to the surface. But she's not a monster and an animal, though. She is not that. Volz has no criminal record. Want you to know that. This never had a criminal record before and served in the U.S. Army for 3 or 4 years, all and somewhat kind of a veteran. Still was down for the cause. Still was a depraved race soldier and still did put in some work. Tober said Volz suffered sex abuse as a kid. Oh my goodness. And mental health. Oh my goodness. Including several sex suicide attempts. So you're trying to convince me why letting you do your she thing is a good thing and how you're so free, but yet you've tried to kill yourself multiple times. You got the alphabet crew going nuts, fondling, and oh my goodness. And I'm not reading no more. There's like rows and rows of this. People got prison time. You seen that, 25 years. Um, I mean, this is a lot of mess. They got a lot of splainage going on. Several sexual explicit photos and videos of the 7-year-old victim were found during the examination and analysis of the electronic devices. You guys are out of law, man. They found pornography everywhere. Did you see how they tried to explain, though? After you just said all this, that's why I'm not reading this no more. I just wanted y'all to see no matter what they get on code, we need to be on code. That's it. That's all. And this is ridiculous. Only PC people, whoever that's watching this, how are you riding with this? How is you siding with this? You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You're nasty. You're plain nasty. And you got all kind of details in there when you said you wasn't going to have details in there. And I'm going to show you these disgusting, depraved individuals once again. Boom. That's the he, she, mom. Boom. That's the he, she, homie. Used to be Adam. Come on, man. It said he's 54. We all know don't he look 104? Stop playing. They didn't say what cuz is, but come on now. Uh-oh. Volz, Romero, and Allen operated what they described as a family-owned transgender pornography production studio specializing in... Come on now. I knew they was all freaky deaky. I said they was all the depravity crew. Come on, man. I just ain't going into all that. Look, they had dope all at the house, everything. Look, had good old coquina, all that. You guys was out of law, man. So everyone but you, see, I said Allen was in, see, of course he was in the mix. Oh, look, he a veteran too. They want to make sure they tell you that. Look, he was a veteran too. Oh, all I did was just help bring the girl. I just helped bring her. That's it. That's it. That's all I did. Yeah. Oh. And then I made a little. And then I made a little bit of child pornography too. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hold on. Put this type. This what type of stuff we going. You trying so hard to respect people who clearly, I mean, smashed the law, broke a little girl for life, y'all say. Life will never be the same. We don't know the extent of the damages, but you're still trying to cape for them at the same time and walk on eggshell. Oh, their feelings, and we want to make sure they feel included. Fam, they just was monsters. What is you talking about? That's what you do to black men when they go to jail. You throw away the key. They're monsters. They did their crime. They're monsters forever, right? Well, why ain't they monsters forever, Pete? You worried about them seeing the shorty. You worried about the monster who did that to their own shorty, who pimped out their own shorty. You worried about if they seeing their kid again. She'll never get to see their kid again. You shouldn't. What are you talking about? You shouldn't. And then you're talking about how disgusting and depraved all the acts were that you've seen and some of the worst ever. You don't even have words for it. But then you said she's not a monster. How could somebody who's not a monster do those type of things? But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, scold you, and fold you about being on code, y'all. I'm gonna leave you with 4 words: love, peace, blessings, and Maloha. Please go sign the petition. It's at jlava.com. How don't you know how to spell JLava? You are watching, I'm sure, one of the networks that says, hey, JLava, JAYLAVA.com. Come on. But we need to sign this petition. This is a real thing. Pay attention to this video. It's a real thing. It's a real petition. We're pushing ahead. Let's make movement. It won't even cost you nothing. Let's go. Hope y'all seen that. Let that sink in. We're trying to bust movements. Everybody in your house should have signed it. Everybody in your extended family should have signed it. Grab people's phone, tell them to sign it. Let's make that movement. What you think about this right here? That's what we talking about. That's what the whole movement's about. If it ain't about that, what you got going on ain't a movement, P. And then you can get it in reparations green. That ain't money green. That's reparations green. And we gonna wear them on St. Patrick's Day 2023. Right? Yeah, we got some plans. We got some plans. I ain't playing with you. And for real, if you don't sign, I'm gonna give y'all some permission. But I'm gonna give you time to go over there and sign that petition at jlava.com. And you know what? If you don't sign it, you're this. And that's just it.
Vaughn, Savage, Media. Vaughn, Savage, Media.